I served for 6 years in Riverside, California, and while I was there, we did a good bit of outreach with the homeless. We had folks sleeping on the church property, we were doing hot meals, we were doing showers and clothes closet and Bible study. And in my time there, I got to know a lot of people and lived with them through a variety of life circumstances. For some, it was simply being present with them and showing them grace and hospitality while they struggled with addiction or mental health concerns. For others, I was visiting them in the hospital or helping them to get a place to live or connecting with family. For a few, it was grieving their deaths and journeying with their friends as they grieved. And I met a lot of people along the way, and it was a messy ministry, as we call it. That's the euphemism for the highs and lows of dealing with people who are struggling in some pretty significant ways. Recently, somebody from the church reached out to me and said, "Hey, Jay wants to say thank you for all you did for him. He's celebrating a year sober, and he wanted you to know." And I thought, that is amazing. And then a couple weeks later, a reiteration of the same, "Hey, Jay really wants to just celebrate with you and thank you for all that you did for him. He's got a year sober." And then a couple weeks after that, a different member of the church reached out and said, "Hey, Jay was in Bible study with me this morning and wanted you to know he's starting to go to college and wants to thank you for the role that he played." And in those text messages, I'd been sent a picture of Jay and received his phone number. It's been more than 10 years since I was in that city and in contact with him. And so I thought, oh, I'll reach out. And so I connected, and yeah, he is clean and sober and served time and is now through a reentry program going to college. And it's a really big deal. And he was, again, thankful for my role. And I look at it and go, it's been 10 years since I was there. I'm not sure what role I played, if any. I mean, it was sort of a winding road for him to get to where he is today. And that road included prison and clearly times where he was not sober. So I'm not sure that he's really remembering me. Maybe he's got me conflated with somebody else. Maybe it was somebody else who did that good work. One way or the other, I am super grateful that Jay is clean and sober, that he is getting a fresh start by going to college and just really living his life. He's got years, decades still ahead of him. And then not long after that, I was with my kids at a theater production. And after the show, we went to one of my kids' favorite people from when they did Short Shakes. And she was in the high school production. And so we went and said, "Oh my goodness, you did such a great job. Can we get a picture of you? We really want to just show you to this kiddo who really loved working with you in Short Shakes." And she was like, "Who?" And we gave her the name again. "Oh yeah, I remember him. He was so great." And for my kid, this person was pivotal in enjoying Short Shakes in that experience because she just was loving and kind and welcoming. And for this high schooler, my kid was just another kid in the cast, and there's no judgment there. It's just an appreciation of how big of an impact she had, and yet she wasn't aware of it. She wasn't aware of the big role that she played. And so then I circled back to these text messages and comments about Jay and his appreciation for my role and me feeling like I didn't really do much. And yet maybe there was something that was just a kindness for me, just part of compassion and hospitality or doing my job. And yet maybe that something was the thing that stuck with him. I don't know. Or maybe he has me conflated with somebody else. I don't know, and I'm not sure I need to know. But for me right now, the takeaway is the little things do matter. And the way that we treat people does matter. And maybe it matters for them far more than we will ever know or realize or have awareness of. But don't take your actions for granted. Know that you are making an impact even if you don't see it, even if you might not hear about it for another 10 years or maybe ever. We have the ability to change people's lives by being warm and kind and loving and gracious and hospitable. So I hope that we take the time to do that, not just during the holidays, but any time of the year. May God use us in big and small ways to make a positive difference in the world around us. Take care, friends.